Hey, what are you doing? I'm trusting my Fuji cameras. Oh, I see. So you got some new professional stuff, like some new gear? Oh, no. I actually got the iPhone 11. Oh, wait. So you're telling me that the iPhone 11 is going to replace your mirrorless camera? Yeah, man. The iPhone 11, it takes professional shots. It's HDR. Takes shot during the night that are perfectly awesome, steady, and luminous, and it's the new revolution. I mean, I'm gonna do all my weddings with the iPhone 11. Whoa. Hello guys. So I decided to do a little video, a little comparison between the iPhone 11 and the Fujifilm system. So the reason for me to do this video is mainly because, see, I hear a lot of things about the iPhone, how the iPhone is this, how the iPhone is that, how great. And you know, while it is true that the iPhone has a lot of good specs nowadays, you know, you can really get a lot of good footage and a lot of good photos. By the way, I am shooting this entire episode on the iPhone 11 Red Edition to be precise, so that you can see the quality of the 4K and judge for yourself. I have been having this iPhone for a bit now, for a couple of weeks. I find it actually very interesting. You can do a lot of good things with it, a lot of good stuff, but also I find myself having some limitations, obviously. Now, you will tell me, yes, but this is a phone, you're comparing it to a mirrorless system, which is considered a professional system. And while this is true, at the same time, you're paying the premium price to get this technology that the iPhone delivers, which is pretty impressive, I'd say. There's pros and cons. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Jesus, the word would not just would not come to mind. I'm going to be taking different scenarios, and I'll be taking photos with both my Fuji camera and my iPhone 11. Now, you are not going to see the iPhone 11 because, as I just said before, this entire episode is going to be recorded with this iPhone, which I'm recording with right this second. So you're not going to see the color of it besides the thumbnail where I'm holding it in my hand. And that's it. So let's dive right into it. I'm gonna start with the first shot. I'm going to be taking a shot of this field right here. Yeah, beautiful field. Okay, so here I am with my Fuji XT2 and the 23mm f2. I'm going to keep an aperture of 5.6, and I'm going to be shooting in aperture priority mode. Therefore, everything else is in auto mode for the sake of this test. Here we go. So 23mm, which is roughly equivalent to what we're gonna get with the iPhone 11. So I'm gonna take this shot right here. There you go. And now the iPhone 11. Okay, so in order for it not to be too much of a pain in the butt, I'm going to be using a second Fujifilm XT2 for the sake of this test. This one has a 10 to 24mm lens on it, which I will be using the 10 for this test, but the iPhone 11 has a wide angle which is equivalent to roughly 8 on an APS-C camera, so we're similar to the iPhone 11. Here we go. So same deal here. I'm going to be shooting in aperture priority mode. I'm going to open this guy a little bit to f8. Here we go. So here we go. There. And now the iPhone 11. So one thing you actually notice with the iPhone 11 is that it does this compensation, like it tries to compensate for you know, the contrasts, the skies, the fields, the colors. It tries to, you know, do what a JPEG does basically on a camera, but to a even more pushed and higher level automatically, which can be cool for some people, less cool for others. I'm personally not a big fan of this type of photography because I like when it still looks natural, where I can edit my photos myself, and that's something I do with the RAW files. You can also set your phone to produce RAW files, but that's like a third-party application. It doesn't come straight out of the box, so I'm not going to go there. So if you want nice photos that come straight out of the camera, the iPhone does a great job. If on the flip side you want to have the power of choice and choose yourself what type of settings you want to give to your photos, then I would highly suggest for you to get a professional camera. Okay, good. So for the next shot, we're going to take a photo of a sunflower, which is right here with me. There you go, a beautiful sunflower right here. So same deal here. I'm gonna be starting to shoot this with the APS-C camera, the Fuji, and then I will be shooting with this very iPhone 11. Let's do it. I'm on a tripod officially with my iPhone 11, and we're going to be taking this photo now of this wonderful sunflower. Now, the goal of this specific shot is to see how it performs on a close-up shot. I will be using my widest aperture on my camera, and I'm going to be taking this shot at f2. And we'll be doing the same with the iPhone. I'll take the widest aperture that it allows, which is, I believe, 1.4, and we'll see the result. Here we go. f2, aperture priority mode. Let's try to catch some sun here. There you go. And now the iPhone 11. If I have to be honest with you, I had a little bit of trouble taking this very photo of the sunflower because taking a photo with the iPhone, a portrait of an object, or I mean, that's how I would call it with an iPhone, but in real life it would be just taking a photo with a certain depth of field, was actually way harder. In fact, I took several shots and they don't come out as well as I expected. Now, obviously, we're again talking about a phone, so it wouldn't be very fair to compare with a DSLR camera. But I'm really doing this review because I heard a lot about how the iPhone could replace a DSLR camera and so forth. And I'm sorry, but I can't get the results that I would with a DSLR camera. So I'm going to be doing a test now against sunlight to see how it performs, having the sun straight in the lens compared to a Fujifilm camera, and we'll see how the results come out. My next shot here is going to be a bit of details, so I'm going to be taking some details of things around me, like stones and little plants and other things like that. Obviously, I do not have a macro ring or macro lens with me. I'm going to be using the same exact lenses that I told you about earlier. So I'm going to be using the 23mm f2 and the 10-24 f4, and we're going to compare how the iPhone 11 compares to a Fujifilm XT2 system, which is pretty much the same as the XT3, the 100F, the X Pro 2, and honestly the X Pro 3 is probably going to be very similar in terms of capabilities. So here we go, let's do it. Okay, so we're now done with the comparison of these two beasts, the iPhone 11 and the Fujifilm XT2 and the Fujifilm X system basically. I am very impressed with the results. I believe that this is it's a serious pocket camera, if you know what I mean. It's seriously good. I mean, the best camera is the one you have on you. We all know that. This is not something new. I'm not reinventing the wheel here. This is not rocket science, definitely. If I need to take photos of something and I need to have a camera, the iPhone 11 it's more than enough. It's capable of reproducing amazing results. And you know, what else do you want? You know what I mean? Like the difference with the iPhone 11 and a professional camera, obviously the results will be different. Like if you're going to take photos at a wedding, for example, you're not going to take them with an iPhone 11. A, because you're gonna look ridiculous, but B, and mainly B, because the results are not going to be as creative, as good, because they're made by a computer and not a human being and an actual lens with, you know, elements inside that make for that depth of field in a natural way, not in some computer created way. And that is the big difference. But when you go shoot a wedding, you're going to shoot it and you already know that you're going to shoot it. So you're going with the right equipment and you are the photographer. When you're shooting with an iPhone, you can shoot anything from your family, your son, your friends, at work. I take photos for professional reasons as well. And I like to take them with my phone because it's right there when I need it. So can I compare the two? Not really. I would not give up my iPhone and I would not give up my camera for anything in the world. But I like to have them both because they both serve a different purpose that can help me get through the day. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and you know, the whole 9 yards. You know how it goes. I appreciate you watching this video. I appreciate you subscribing, and I see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.